Not sure what happened then. My streaming software kicked out. I'm just going to do a quick post on my Facebook so people know to jump over to this new video. And I'm going to post on the old video as well. It won't be a couple of minutes. No worries, Nathan. I think after this one, which is Pokemon, and next week is The Simpsons, every single one on Thursday will be a general knowledge one from now on, because I think more people enjoy general knowledge than a themed quiz. I might do a themed quiz once a quarter or once every 6 months or so in this format, but it will be general knowledge from now on. It looks like everybody that was playing on the other video stream has come over to this one now, so we're going to get started with tonight's quiz. Of course, we do play here every single Thursday at 7 o'clock GMT. Please like and subscribe for more of our quizzes. We are due a quick rebrand in the next few weeks, and we're going to hopefully get a couple more shows coming on board as well. So I think everybody knows how to play the quiz, but there is a couple of golden rules that we follow. If the answer is a book, a movie, a film, a video game, or anything like that, then we don't include the a or the. For example, if the answer was The Lord of the Rings, the answer would be L, not T. But there's not many questions like that in tonight's quiz. But of course, if we do ask a question about a character or a person, then we always want the first letter of their first name. A good example for that is if the answer is Sir David Jason, the answer would be D for David. And it's nice and simple, tonight's quiz. We've got 3 rounds of 20 questions each. The first round we like to call round 1. There's 20 questions, 15-second timer, 10 points per answer, and there's a 3-2-1 speed bonus for the top 3 fastest correct teams. And hi, I'm Daimo, of course, and I'll be hosting tonight's quiz. So, question 1 in our Pokemon theme. Let's start with an easy one. What is the name of Ash's hometown? That Fuchsia City, Cinnabar Island, or Pallet Town? Don't know what's going on with my setup. It is really upset today. I can reset that question. Sorry, let's try that again. It's saying my connection's strong, so let's try that. What's the name of Ash's hometown? There we go, answers coming in now. I will have to look up after this setup ready for Saturday, because we usually have about 80 teams on Saturdays. 8 teams got their answer in for this one. The answer we were looking for is Pallet Town. 3 teams got that one right. Shut up! Daimo's biggest fan, Midnight Vikings and Care Bears, all picking up points for that question. Next one, hopefully this loads up on your screen. Which famous Pokemon was introduced as number 25 in the Kanto Pokédex? Couple of fast answers. Might be a clue up on the screen waving at you at the top. Number 25 in that Pokédex is Pikachu.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Top 3 teams there. Table for Juan, Midnight Vikings, and Poppy. The only 3 teams to get points. Eevee can evolve into several different Pokemon. Which of these is not one of them? We've got Flareon, Vaporeon, Espeon, Steelian, Leafeon, or Voltian. Jolteon, my apologies. Answers in from every single team. That's what we like to see. No points lost in this quiz. 6 teams getting it right. It's Steelian. Maybe they'll bring it out sometime. Maybe they won't. Top spot goes to Midnight Vikings, picking up those 3 extra bonus points. Before you defeat them in Sword and Shield, who is the Gala champion? We've got a big mixed bag of questions tonight. Some about the anime, some about the games. And the difficulties all over the place as well. Just how we like it on this format. Answers in from most of our teams. The answer is Leon. Nobody got that one right, but at least we know for next time. Now, it's a running tradition that most of the nurses in the Pokemon anime are called Nurse Who? Is that Nurse Jenny, Nurse Jess, Nurse Jules, or Nurse Joy? I think the running joke is that they're all cousins, but they've all got the same name as well. Of course, it is Nurse Joy. 5 teams getting that one. And another fast answer by Midnight Vikings. Which 4 letters can be put before Rock, Sea, Steel, Eleki, and Drago to make the names of 5 different Pokemon? Get those answers in as fast as you can. Beat that clock on your devices. Answers are coming in now, being totted up by my system. 1 team got that right. It's Reggie. So we got Reggie Rock, Reggie Ice, Reggie Steel, Reggie Eleki, and Reggie Drago. Yes, I forgot Reggie Gigas. Well done to Midnight Vikings, picking up 3 extra bonus points. Next one is a picture question. They might all follow the similar style. Who's that Pokemon? Some fast answers already for this picture. Always worth a guess, no points lost. One of my favourite Pokemon in the Pokemon card game. About 8 years ago, I had a couple of these in my deck with a dig ability that let me find fighting energy whenever I needed it, which was quite cool. 3 teams got this right. That is Sandslash. Great knowledge there by Midnight Vikings, Hood, Hussey, and Poppy. Empoleon is the final evolution of the Gen 4 starter Piplup. It is water and which other type? Get those answers in as fast as you can to pick up the most points you can. 2 teams got this right. It is Water and Steel. Midnight Vikings with great Pokemon knowledge up to now. Shout out to Keen for getting onto the scoreboard as well. Next one's multiple choice. Which Pokemon was the antagonist in the first movie? Was it Mewtwo, Mew, Charizard, or Gyarados? Answers are in 1 in 4 chance if you don't know, but the answer is Mewtwo. More points for Midnight Vikings, Daimo's biggest fan, and Keen. Which gym leader funded the development behind Mewtwo? Spoiler warning if you've not seen the film or played through the game. It was funded by Giovanni. Hey, another one for Midnight Vikings there. The only team getting points for that question. Pokemon Ruby had which Pokemon as the mascot on the cover? The mascot for Sapphire was Kyogre, but Groudon is the Pokemon on Pokemon Ruby. Again, Midnight Vikings and Keen, the only two teams getting points for that question. I didn't think Pokemon would be this niche, to be fair. Charizard is to Charmander as what is to Bulbasaur? Two teams getting this one. It's Venusaur.
Shut up!
Well done, Daimo's biggest fan. Finally getting a top spot there. 3 extra bonus points for you. Midnight Vikings on the scoreboard again. Here comes a picture question. This one will slowly zoom out. Who's that Pokemon? Some teams guessing already, but not much available on the screen yet. It's just coming into focus now. Two teams getting this one right. That lovely ghost is Misdreavus. I did love this Pokemon when it first came out. Nice one, Midnight Viking. Super fast on the buzzer there. And shout out to POPPY Poppy for getting the answer right as well. Gigantamax Pokemon were introduced in which generation of games? Numerically. Pretty much just pick a single digit number if you don't know. Have a guess. Two teams getting this one right. It was the 8th generation.
Shut up!
Daimo's biggest fan and Hood Hussy picking up the points for that question. In Generation 3, Gym Leader Watson hands you a Dynamo badge for defeating him. But what type of Pokemon does he exclusively use? Answers are being totted up by the system. The answer is electric. Couple of clues in that question. Watson and Dynamo. And Midnight Vikings Stop Hammer Time team picking up points for that question. Now, along with Meowth, which dynamic duo is always trying to steal Pikachu? that Bonnie and Clyde, Jesse and Johnny, Jesse and James, Boris and Trump, Homer and Marge, or Dick and Dom? Whenever these pair pose in the anime, it always shows like an R symbol. Worth going back and pausing it and checking that out. 7 teams got this right. Of course, it's Jesse and James.
Shut up!
Shout out to Daimo's biggest fan. Again, another 3 bonus points. Multiple choice again. Which of these is not a known region of the Pokemon world? Alola, Ganon, or Hoenn? Answers in from our teams. 4 teams getting that one right. Ganon is not a known region.
Shut up!
2 in a row for Daimo's biggest fan. Shout out to Midnight Vikings and Poppy once again. Next up, Dragon type moves are super effective against what type of Pokemon? Dragon type moves are only super effective against other dragons. 1 team got that right. It's the Midnight Vikings picking up top spot and the only team getting points for that question. And here comes the last question of this round before we go on a quick 5-minute break. No, I do lie, there's another one. The questions are just mixed up because I had to reset. In the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town, there's an unidentifiable ghost. When you equip the Sylph Scope, who does it turn out to be? It brought back a lot of memories writing this quiz today. When you use the Sylph Scope, the ghost turns into Marowak. 2 teams got that one. Midnight Vikings and Hood Hussey picking up the points. Here is the final question for this round. So it's a picture question, and it will become clearer. Who's that Pokemon? This one's slowly becoming clearer. We're taking off the beer goggles. And it is a Pokemon card, but which Pokemon is it? Big clue coming up. This Pokemon's my spirit animal. Half the time I'm powerful, half the time I'm asleep. It's Slacking. Midnight Vikings very fast on the buzzer there, and Poppy just being patient, picking up points for that question too. And that does bring us on to a quick score update. Let's find out where everybody is. Look at that, don't worry about the points today. It's all about being here and having fun and learning new things about Pokemon that you might not already know. Unless you're the Midnight Vikings, who are in first place on 241 points. We've got Daimo's biggest fan is second on 99, and Poppy's in third with 87. There's plenty of trivia to come up, so please stick around. I'm going to put a timer on the screen now for about 5 minutes, and then we'll be back. Make sure to go grab some drinks, get some snacks, and we'll be quizzing in just a few moments. Don't apologise for knowing things about Pokemon. Welcome back from the break. That 5 minutes goes so fast when you're chilling out behind the scenes in the studio. Make sure you log back into RedTooth SmartQuiz or QuizXpress. The pin is 76875 if you need it again. Log back in and we'll get started with the next round of the quiz. Looks like everybody is logged in already, actually. Thanks for being by your devices. We do like to call the next round round number 2. So 20 questions in this round, just like the first one. 15-second timer on each question. There's 15 points per answer this time, though. And there's a 5-3-1 speed bonus for the top 3 fastest teams. So let's get started right away with the first question of round 2. Which Pokeball has a 100% catch rate? I'm expecting most teams to know this. Everybody knows this, even if you don't watch or play Pokemon. I think Care Bears may have left us. What I'll do is just disable them for now. If you come back, Care Bears, send us a message and I'll reactivate you guys. Well, the answer to this question, though, is the Master Ball. Teams got that one right. Midnight Vikings being the fastest to get it, though. Koga, as a gym leader, specialized in using which type of Pokemon? Back in the first generation. Two teams getting this one right. It's Poison. Midnight Vikings, top spot again. Shout out to single sweaty retail workers. Nice to see you guys back online for tonight's quiz. Koraidon is the cover Pokemon on which game? Blue, red, gold, scarlet, violet, or Y? Koraidon is one of the newer legendaries for Pokemon Scarlet. Nearly said Skylet then.
I have got to get me one of these!
Nice to hear your buzzer, Hood Hussy. 5 extra bonus points on the way to you and your team. Which Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet is made of shiny metal and surfs when following you around? 100% my favourite Pokemon in this generation. Nobody got that right, unfortunately. The answer I was looking for is Goldengo. Which of these is not a starter Pokemon? Chikorita, Turtwig, Ralts, or Rowlet? Ralts is also the odd one out because it's a psychic type. The answer should be Ralts. What I'll do is award points to those 5 teams that got that right during the next break, so don't worry about that. But we'll give some bonus points for the teams that put Turtwig.
Shut up!
Well done to those 3 teams. But 5 teams will be getting points for putting Ralts. I'll put that on during the break for you guys. In the original games, Brock was the gym leader of which town? Brock is the first gym leader that you face. 2 teams getting this one right. It's Pewter City. Midnight Vikings on the top spot again there. 5 extra bonus points to you. I always used to choose Bulbasaur. That was my first ever Pokemon. So I never had a problem with the first couple gyms. Here comes another picture question. Oh, this image will unripple. Who's that Pokemon? Squirtle's a cool Pokemon too. Blastoise is just awesome. Can't beat a turtle with guns on it. This guy was mentioned in a question earlier on. It's Empoleon.
May the force be with you.
Shout out to Stop Hammer Time Team Rocket, picking up extra bonus points. Next one, guys. Lugia was on the cover to Pokemon Silver. It's a psychic, and what other type? I think Lugia looks absolutely awesome in 2D sprite form, but as soon as he made him 3D, it just looks weird. Miss the old sprites. They should bring back a 2D remake or something. That'd be cool. 9 teams answering, 3 getting that right. It's a flying psychic type. Midnight Vikings, Quiz Armor, Bin Laden, and Single Sweaty Retail Workers getting onto the scoreboard. Next up, how old was Ash when he first left Pellet Town? Was he 9, 10, 11, or 12? According to the Pokemon world, he is old enough to go out on an adventure on his own in a world full of dangerous monsters. He did do alright for himself, though. 3 teams getting this one right. He was 10. Midnight Vikings showing their supremacy tonight, picking up more bonus points. Next up, finish the lyric. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my... what? If anybody asks, I sang that out of key, so YouTube doesn't pick me up for copyright issues. Every team answering 2 got it right. To train them is my cause. Midnight Vikings and Daimo's biggest fan, remembering the theme song to the Pokemon anime. Next up, which normal type mythical Pokemon created the universe? Couple of confident answers for this one, but only one team got this right. It's Arceus or Arceus. Midnight Vikings picking up more bonus points, doing well in tonight's quiz. In the animated series, which trainer was the first seen on screen with a Togepi? It was absolutely useless until it used Metronome, but nobody knew it was using Metronome, but it usually saved the day. Yes, unless you give it a plate, but it is technically a normal monster, a normal Pokemon, until you give it a plate. But the answer to this question is Misty.
May the force be with you.
Stop Hammer Time Team Rocket picking up 5 extra bonus points. And here comes another picture question. Have you noticed the theme with pictures tonight? Who's that Pokemon? Again, just one team getting this one. Can we guess which team that was? The answer is Zoroark. Midnight Vikings picking up extra bonus points for that one. Next time we do a Pokemon quiz, you better get all your mates online and build yourself a bit of competition. Now, as of Generation 6, how many different types of Pokemon are there? Maybe it's time for a couple of new types, but I wouldn't know what they'd be. No team's got that right. There's 18 types altogether at the moment. Which Pokemon gains a sniper rifle when in Gigantamax form? There's quite a kerfuffle about this all over Facebook. Loads of unhappy parents seeing this Pokemon with a gun. Well, it makes sense because the regular form holds his hand like a pistol. It's Inteleon. Next up's multiple choice. Always have a guess. The hidden treasure of which area is DLC for Scarlet and Violet? Would that be the hidden treasure of Area Future, Area Past, Area Zero, Area Nero, Area Absent, or Area Below? Answers are in from our teams. It's the hidden treasure of Area Zero. That's more like it. Midnight Vikings, Quizama, Bin Laden, and Poppy all picking up points for that question. Who's the director of Naranja Academy or Yuba Academy, depending on which game you're in? That Clavel, Arven, or Grusha? The director of those academies is called Clavel.
I have got to get me one of these!
Super fast answer there from Hussey, picking up the 5 extra bonus points, beating every other team to the top. Now, during the story of Scarlet and Violet, you help Arven heal which Pokemon? Spoiler alert, if you've not played through the game, well, it has been out for a while now, so I guess it is fair to spoil. Three teams getting this one right. It says my boss stiff.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Great answer. Speed there from Table 4 Juan. Nice to hear your buzzer as well. 5 points on the way to you and your team. Next up, what does Pikachu evolve into? I'm expecting some fast answers for this one. With the help of a Thunderstone, Pikachu evolves into a Raichu. Midnight Vikings, Daimo's biggest fan, and Table for Juan all picking up points for that question. Here comes the final one for this round. We're getting through it quite fast tonight. This puzzle will slowly be completed. Who's that Pokemon? Another one of my favorites. Not sure what's going on with my server status today, but we are getting through the quiz quite well. Got some lovely full card art Pokemon cards with this fella on. One team got this right. It's Dedenne. Midnight Vikings picking up the 5 extra bonus points. Well done, Midnight Vikings. That does bring us on to a score update. Let's find out what those scores are. What are those scores on the doors? Midnight Vikings having a barnstormer today. Up in the top spot with 544 points. Daimo's biggest fan in second and 191. And in third, we got Sweaty Single Sweaty Retail Workers on 177. Don't worry about where you are tonight. It's all about being here and having fun and learning some new trivia about Pokemon. And we are now going to go for another quick break, just so I can save my voice. I'm going to put about 7 minutes on the clock this time. Stay close to your devices, pick up those snacks, get those drinks, and I'll see you all very soon. We're going to get started with the next round of our quiz very soon. Make sure you're logged back into those devices. That's the RedTooth SmartQuiz app or the QuizXpress app, depending on where you are in the world. Tonight's pin, of course, is on the screen there, 76875. Make sure you're logged back in. We're just waiting for one more team to come back and log into their devices. They're always running off at the last second of the break to do something. And they're back now. There we go, just about ready. Let me just check to make sure everybody else is on as well. Looks like we do have a full house apart from that one team. So we're going to explain how the next round works. It's nice and simple. We like to call it round number 3. Isn't that inventive? This one's 20 questions, 15 seconds to answer each question, just like the other rounds. But now there's 20 points per answer, and there's a 10-5-3 speed bonus for the top 3 fastest correct teams. So without further ado, let's continue with the final round of the quiz. Question 1. Which of these birds is flying and steel type? Moltres, Fearow, or Corviknight? 6 teams getting this one right. I love the design of this Pokemon as well. It's Corviknight.
May the force be with you.
Shout out to Stop Hammer Time Team Rocket, picking up 10 extra bonus points. Which gym in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire has 2 leaders? It's the generation when they released doubles battles. 2 teams got this right. It's Moss Deep City.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Well done, table for Juan and Hood Hussey, picking up bonus points. The only 2 teams to get points for that question. Here comes a multiple choice. Which of these is not a Rotom form? Heat, Wash, Frost, Ski, Fan, Mow. Always worth a guess. No points lost during this quiz. 2 teams got this right, however. Ski Rotom doesn't exist.
I may be nearly 50, Lynn, but I've pierced my foot on a spike.
Well done to POPPY Poppy. Finally hearing your buzzer tonight. 10 extra bonus points on the way to you and your team. How many coins did Porygon cost in Pokemon Red or Yellow? Porygon was considerably cheaper in Pokemon Blue, if you didn't know that. In Pokemon Blue, in Game Corner, Porygon was 6,500 coins. But in Red and Yellow, he was 9,999. Nobody got that, but at least we know next time we play the game. At which level does Magikarp evolve into Gyarados? 10, 35, 20, or 50? Yeah, if you played Pokemon Blue, then obviously you'd remember the coins for Porygon, but I don't know why they made it different between the games. But the answer to this one, I digress, is 20.
May the force be with you.
Stop Hammer Time Team Rocket, picking up 10 extra bonus points. Absolutely loved that team name. Next up, who invented the Pokemon PC storage system? I think a couple of people enhanced the system, but who invented it originally? Spoiler warning, he gives you the ticket to the SS Anne. One team got this right. It's Bill. Midnight Vikings picking up that extra 10 bonus points. Well done. Here comes another picture question that will slowly untwist. Who's that Pokemon? Another one of my favourites, this. Who could it be? Have a guess if you're not sure. Beat that timer to pick up points. One team got this. It's Mimikyu. He likes to pretend he's Pikachu.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting wabbits.
Shout out to Table for One, picking up 10 extra bonus points. I think this guy was in everybody's competitive team for a while just because of his disguise ability, where he could take any amount of damage at 0 for one time only. Next up, Folklore has it that on moonless nights, this Pokemon will make people see horrific nightmares. Is a Pokedex entry for which Pokemon? Some scary Pokemon descriptions in that Pokedex. One team got this. It's Darkrai. Midnight Vikings picking up those 10 extra bonus points. Good knowledge. Next up, which of these Pokemon is the heaviest? Ghastly, Ambipom, Doduo, or Carvanha? Believe it or not, the heaviest out of these four is Doduo.
Shut up!
Well done to Daimo's biggest fan. Always the best with weighing stuff. 10 extra bonus points on the way to you. Next up, Excadrill evolves from which Pokemon? Beat that timer. Excadrill evolves from Drillbur.
We've gone on holiday by mistake.
Love your buzzer. Single sweaty retail workers. Picking up 10 extra bonus points and the only team to get any points for that question. Next up is multiple choice. In which cave can Mewtwo be found? Cerulean Cave, Viridian Cave, Pewter Cave, Lavender Cave, Celadon Cave, Fuchsia Cave. See what we did there with the answers to that one? Only one of them's really a cave. The answer is Cerulean Cave. Midnight Vikings and single sweaty retail workers picking up points for that question. The starters in Scarlet and Violet are Fuecoco, Sprigatito, and which other? My starter was Fuecoco. He just looks like an idiot, and that's why I chose him. Nobody got this one. The final starter is Quaxley, that goofy-looking water duck. No worries, but let's go on to the next question, which is a picture question that will slowly zoom out. Who's that Pokemon? Who could it be? What a lovely smile. One team getting this one right. The answer is Grookey.
I may be nearly 50, Lynn, but I've pierced my foot on a spike.
Shouts out to POPPY Poppy picking up 10 extra bonus points. I think that was one of Poppy's first starter Pokemon. I think that was literally the first starter Pokemon she ever chose. But well done anyway for remembering. Which Pokemon does Pikachu evolve from? Answers are in for our teams. The answer we were looking for is Pichu. Midnight Vikings getting another fastest answer there, and Single Sweaty Retail Workers on that scoreboard too. In Pokemon Black and White, Lenora is the leader of Nakleen City Gym. I don't know why I pronounced it like that. What type is her speciality? Green City Gym. Pokemon Black and White. It's one of those 18 types we talked about earlier on. Nobody got it though. Her type was normal. Here comes multiple choice. Which Pokemon is famous for making everyone sleep when it sings? Azumarill, Jigglypuff, Granbull, Mawile, Xerneas, or Weezing? I'm mildly sure most of these can actually learn the move Sing, but the one that's famous for it is Jigglypuff. Then it runs around drawing faces on everybody with a permanent marker.
May the force be with you.
Stop hammer time. Team Rocket picking up 10 extra bonus points. Which of these is a final evolution? Pupitar, Tyranitar, or Larvitar? Absolutely fell in love with this Pokemon when it first came out. And again, when it went from 2D sprite to 3D sprite, I kind of just stopped using it. 6 teams got this right, though. The answer is Tyranitar.
I have got to get me one of these.
Well done to Hood Hutty for getting the fastest answer on that one, top of the table. Those who went to see the Pokemon The Movie 2000 or The Power of One in cinemas attained which trading card? We need the specific name of that trading card, please. Getting quite pricey now, these ones. One team getting it right. The answer is Ancient Mew. Great trivia knowledge there, Midnight Vikings, picking up those extra bonus points. Koraidon and Miraidon both share what type between them? Both have 2 types, but they share 1 type between them. What is it? Koraidon is fighting, Miraidon is electric, and they're both dragons. This brings us to our final question, which is another picture question, which will untwist. Finally, who's that Pokemon? And yes, there does need to be a Pokemon buzzer. I might add one. I just have to be careful with copyright on YouTube, unfortunately. When I swapped from Zoom over to YouTube, I had to cut out like 66% of my buzzers. The one thing that really bugs me about Scarlet and Violet is the Paradox Pokemon did not name them with a traditional naming sense. This guy is called Iron Treads. Nobody got that, unfortunately, but we do. That has brought us to the end of the quiz, so let's check out the final scores. But before we do, I'd like to say thank you for coming along and playing the quiz. Even if you don't know much about Pokemon, at least you've learned a few things, and maybe it's inspired you to watch the anime or pick up a game and have a go. But the final scores in reverse order, the top 3 teams in third is...
I may be nearly 50, Lynn, but I've pierced my foot on a spike.
Poppy on 271 points. In second place,
We've gone on holiday by mistake.
Single Sweaty Retail Workers. And in first place, picking up bragging rights until the next Pokemon quiz, Midnight Vikings on 782 points. Well done. Let's check out everybody else's scores. Don't worry about where you are. We've got Table for Juan, Daimo's biggest fan, Hood Hussey, Stop Hammer Time Team Rocket, Quizama Bin Laden, Keen, and Care Bears did join us at the start but gave up. And yes, Justin Gaming, we should have made it a drinking game. Maybe we should make a reaction video doing that. That'd be quite funny. That does bring us to the end of the quiz. I'm going to leave you all there. I've been Daimo, and you've been fabulous.